Welcome everyone to Brooks Field for tonight's Milton Access Television presentation of Milton High School Rugby. Tonight the Wildcats will be celebrating senior night and honoring 25 seniors on the club, 12 of whom will be among the starting 15 for the Wildcats, who enter this game 1-2 with a 1-2 record and will be hosting the Hanover Hawks. And tonight it'll be interesting to see how the Wildcats rebound from a stunning loss at Weymouth against the Wildcats of Weymouth. So we're happy to be here presenting this to you live from Brooks Field. Happy to be joined by my main man, Sean Doyle, behind the camera. And I want to give a shout out to my main man at the Mr. Chan's. He's behind the bar over there. Thank you, for my Peking raviolis this afternoon. We had a great time there, and recommend everyone to get out there. I think Sean's gonna go. You're gonna go there, right, Sean? Absolutely. So, take care of my main man, Sean, when he gets there. But we're happy to be here to present this this game here at Brooks Field. It'll be a culmination for the seniors who will be involved, and we're looking at 25 guys, but 12 amongst the starting 15, and we like to kind of recognize them now. Number 1 will be Jordan Goddard Brown, a captain. He's a senior prop. And then you have number 5, Chris Burns, senior second row. And then 4, David Murtaugh, he's a senior second row. And then you have number 7, Aiden Skillen, a senior flanker. And of course, Pat Balerna, the senior number 8. And then looking at the backs, you have Maxwell Mitchell, a senior scrum half, and Owen Faherty, a senior fly half. Number 12, Matty Paquette, senior captain and center. And then number 13, Amari Marsman, a senior center. And number 11, Colm Faherty, a senior wing. And Tommy McGettrick, a senior wing. And then, of course, number 15, Jack McKenna, a senior fullback. And so we want to thank Coach Joe Dolan for having us here and welcoming us with open arms for this presentation of Milton Rugby. We were here for the opener against Belmont. What an exciting game that was. It was a win against one of the semifinalists from a year ago. Belmont having lost against BC High, and then Milton having to face BC High in the state championship, and wound up losing in that game. So they finished up as the state runner-up. Well, BC High was the first loss that Milton suffered this year, and then of course the stunning loss at Weymouth. And so now the Wildcats looking to get back on track here on senior night, where 25 seniors will be recognized tonight on the Milton High rugby team. So again, thanks very much for joining us here. We're happy to be here. The lights are underway. It's a little brisk, a little cold here in our state-of-the-art press box here at Milton. This is what we have to deal with here, but yeah, we do what we can, you know. And so here we are at Brooks Field with the Hanover Hawks, and we'll list them. Hanover Hawks, their roster: number 1, Aiden McNally. Number 2, A.J. Morales. Number 3, Chase Palio. Number 4, Nolan Faherty. Number 5, Cullen Burke. Number 6, Griffin Gazdia. Number 7, Chris Manning. Nick Friel, the number 8. Number 9, Nate Salvucci. Number 10, Seth Willoughby. Number 11, Garrett Arnold. And number 12, Robbie Barrett. Number 13, Ben Lines. And number 14, Azrat Jones. And number 15, Preston Miller. So that'll be the starting 5 that we'll see out on the field here, out on the pitch for the Hanover Hawks. So welcome to them, and we want to thank everyone there for helping us get this roster. Tommy, what's your last name again? Huh? Dossie? Rossi. Tommy Rossi from Hanover. Thank you very much for providing going the extra mile to provide this roster from Hanover. So we thank him very much. And so like I said, excited to be back here at Brooks Field for some more rugby. It's some rock'em sock'em action. If you haven't watched the rugby game before, if you can get down here, come on down. If not, just hang tight. You know, get your favorite libation, kick back, and you can watch us here on Milton Access TV, Channel 22. So we're happy to be here with you. And we're hoping that we don't have any inclement weather that, well, I don't want my main man, Sean Doyle, to get shocked or anything like this as he operates our cameras. So, but happy to be presenting this live. And I think it's an endeavor that Milton Access is looking to do more of here and has done more of this year. But going forward in the future, you know, with football games, basketball games, and whatnot here at the high school. So happy to be here, happy to be calling this game, and looking forward to having a great game here between the Hawks and the Milton Wildcats. All right, we're back at Brooks Field here. Michael Vega, your voice, play-by-play voice tonight for Milton Access Television's presentation of Milton High School Rugby. As we mentioned tonight, senior night, festivities will be held post-game. But right now we're getting ready to get underway with the host Milton Wildcats getting ready to receive the ball here from the Hanover Hawks, who enter this game on the heels of a 2-point win versus Marshfield. And as I mentioned, the Wildcats trying to get back on track after 2 consecutive losses versus BC High and Weymouth. So Wildcats now with their alignment underway, and we have a whistle, and we're underway. Number 12, Robbie Barrett kicking it away to Milton, and it goes back out of play. And it looks like the Wildcats will be taking over here. Again, cool overcast afternoon here, late afternoon here at Brooks Field. Hard to believe we're already in the second week of May. Unbelievable. So we're going to get a little scrum here at midfield to establish possession with Wildcats setting up their scrum against Hanover. Interlocked, and here we go, the big push. And number 9, Maxwell Mitchell, the scrum half, pitching it to Owen Faraday. Faraday gets it out to Matty Paquette. Paquette gets across midfield, sets up, and Mitchell back out to Riccardi. And Riccardi back out to Mitchell again, to Chris Burns. Burns going across midfield. Burns plowing his way forward, and he's brought down, and now Mitchell swings it out to Faraday. Faraday, fumble, and Van Tran gets it, trying to wriggle his way free. Another scrum set up there. Mitchell out to Owen Faraday. Faraday gets it away, and we're going to have a whistle here, a stoppage. And it looks like we may have had a bit of an offside. It's running. It's going in reverse. Yeah, it's reverse time. Yeah. All right, here we are. We're about a minute and a half in, and now the Hanover Hawks will be looking to take possession. They kick it out of bounds here, out of play. And so setting up an inbound here with the props. Jordan Goddard Brown, the prop for Milton, and number 4, Nolan Faraday, the prop for Hanover, or number 3, I should say, Chase Palio, the prop for. There we go, and the ball goes back to Hanover. Seth Willoughby and number 13, Ben Lines across midfield. Milton with possession. It goes to Amari Marsman. Marsman across midfield is dragged down. Out Maxwell Mitchell gets it to Pat Balerna. Ball comes out, number 1, and it's Riccardi. Josh Riccardi. So here we go now with another scrum. Ball will be controlled here by Hanover as they attempt to. We had a little collapse of the scrum there. All righty. Here we go. We're at the 3.5 minute mark here in the first half. And there it comes out to number 30. And he's off to the races and dragged down. Let's see, Marsman there with Matty Paquette. Number 3, Chase Polio barreling his way across the 30. Number 7, Chris Manning for Hanover. And pitch. Jordan got Brown, one of his team captains here, senior. Polio. Number 26 for Hanover, carrying, and Willoughby driving hard towards the goal. There's a turnover, and we're going to have, it looks like that's going to be a turnover there. And Milton will be able to get possession here after Hanover stopped on its march towards a try. 5 yards shy of the goal line they were. So here we are, scrum half. Milton controls. Maxwell Mitchell, the scrum half, will put it in play. And they come out with it. Mitchell with it, pitches it out to Owen Faraday. Faraday drives it deep and received there by Hanover's number 5, Cullen Burke. Burke driven back by Amari Marsman. All righty. Preston Miller, that was number 15 who had the ball. And that's driven out of bounds. And number 11, Colin Faraday gets it, drives it back. And Milton then will attempt a throw-in from close to midfield here. So actually goes over to Hanover. A.J. Morales will throw it in. And it gets inbounded, and so now possession now will be established by another scrum half. Maxwell Mitchell will be putting into play for the Wildcats. Maxwell, number 9, a senior scrum half. Maxwell putting it into play, fishes it out, and then gets it out to Colin Faraday. Owen Faraday gets it out and drives it deep. Number 14, Azrat Jones with the ball. Coming out, trying to find some running room, gets quickly engulfed by several Milton tacklers there. Chase Polio driving again, trying to move the pile. Quick out there to number 4, Nolan Faraday, and he's driven back by Matty Paquette, senior captain. Once again, slamming into the Milton defense, a picket line of defenders. Number 10, that was Seth Willoughby. And Hanover employing a strategy of just trying to slowly pound their way downfield. All right. So a self kick there. Polio, ooh. Big man. And it takes 4 Milton defenders to bring him down. Unbelievable. Number 7, Chris Manning, driven down there. And they pitch it out to number 4, Nolan Faraday. Faraday pitches it back out to number 6, Griffin Gazdia. Gazdia on the run, and he's dragged down by several Milton defenders. Quick out to number 5, Cullen Burke. Burke trying to drive. Nice hit by Josh Riccardi. Van Tran with another secondary hit on number 2, A.J. Morales. Cullen Polillo, Chase Polillo is just driving. Oh, and a turnover. Van Tran with the ball. And we're going to have a stoppage here. Tran, I thought, was on his way, coming up with the loose ball in midair. The ball got dislodged there. But we're going to have a stoppage, and we're going to have another scrum here. So Milton, looks like Hanover, Nate Salvucci will put it into play for the Hawks, and we have, I think, a player down, and that's Chase Polillo, number 3, running really hard, and it looks like he may have injured his shoulder. He's down to one knee, number 3. He's sitting over there being attended to by Patty Porras, Milton trainer. And there's some stoppage time. Yeah, we have an injury. And Polillo receives a nice round of applause as he walks off the field here at Brooks Field. A battering ram there, the second row. And he was extracting a pound of flesh out of the Wildcats, but it took its toll on him. So here we are now, the Wildcats getting ready. And number 9, Nate Salvucci, putting into play for Hanover. And Milton gaining possession with a 5. Number 8, Pat Balerna, over to number 11, Cole Faraday. Faraday gets driven down, and so Milton with possession. So number 10, Owen Faraday, pitches it out to Jordan Goddard Brown. Brown settles it, and then hands it to Maxwell Mitchell. Over to Van Tran. Van Tran with a quick cut. Van Tran with a nice run. 10 yards away from the goal line. Mitchell, quick out to Chris Burns. Burns gets driven down. And we have another player driven down. That's Josh Riccardi. Josh with burying his way close to the 15-yard, and quick out to Matty Paquette. Paquette to Amari Marsman. Marsman all the way in, and it's a score for Milton. Nice pitch by Matty Paquette. And he hit senior center Amari Marsman with a nice cut, and Marsman in the first half putting Milton on top at the 11:04 mark. It halves on senior night. All right, it looks like Salvucci will try and put it into play for Hanover. And Milton driving across to get possession. And Milton with a strong push. But it'll go over to Hanover, and Hanover quick in and out to number 6. Griffin Gazdia, number 30. With the, oh, he snuck out there. He kind of like, inside the 5. Hanover driving. And it looks like he's been pushed back. Hanover, again, another try or attempt at the try. And Marsman dragging down number 13, Ben Lyons. Well, that was number 5, Cullen Burke, that got dragged down by Marsman. And driving him back again. So the Wildcats here in a precarious situation after going up 7-0. Hanover looking to answer, trying. Quick out to Seth Willoughby. Willoughby trying to drive back. Oh, he's dragged down there. Close to the goal line. Okay, thank you. Nick Friel's number 30. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy Rossi from Hanover, thank you for that. And Hanover again with possession out to number 6. 6 with a quick out, and he's driven out of bounds. Unbelievable tackling by the Wildcats. They're backed up to their own goal. And look at them, they're like just absolutely gassed here. So now they'll take a scrum half, and Maxwell Mitchell for the Wildcats will deliver the ball, putting it into play as both teams try to establish possession here. The Wildcats, Maxwell coming up with it, pitching it out to Owen Faherty, kicks it deep there and drives it out of there, danger zone. Number 15, Preston Miller. Great drive there and a cut. Nick Friel, number 30, driving, and gets it once again. Wildcats. Balerna dragging down. Great drive out of bounds there for Matty Paquette, getting it out of harm's way for the Wildcats. Unbelievable. The Wildcats scored first here, 7-0. Amari Marsman with the try and Owen Faherty with the conversion. And then all of a sudden, Hanover came roaring back, and now they've been on the attack, and they've been putting unbelievable pressure on Milton right now. We're at the 17 and a half minute mark here in the first half. Coming to you live from Brooks Field. Unbelievable contest here between Milton Wildcats here on senior night and the visiting Hanover Hawks. As I mentioned, the Wildcats trying to get back on track after consecutive losses to BC High and to Weymouth. Coach Joe Dolan said the Weymouth one was a bit of a shocker for his team, and I think it kind of set the tone here for this game. And we have a little bit of an injury, I guess, timeout. Patty Porras running out into the field, coming back after evaluating a player number 20. It looks like he'll be taking a break. So now with the throw-in, Hanover trying to establish position here on the throw-in. And it goes over, and Hanover gets possession. Palio back in the fray. Oh, number 12, Robbie Barrett gets hauled down after a tough hit. Nick Friel stood up by number 12, Matty Paquette. And so we'll have another scrum half, it looks like, or a scrum to establish possession. The Wildcats have been extraordinarily effective in driving Hanover off the ball in these scrums. Let's see if they can do it again. Salvucci putting it into play, and again, Milton driving, trying to get the ball. The ball comes back out to Nick Friel. Friel goes around the left side, and he's dragged down over there by Aiden Skillen. Quick out to center of the field. Number 12, Robbie Barrett reverses field, and he's dragged down by Matty Paquette, the senior. Number 6, Griffin Gazdia, hands it off before he's dragged down. Number 7, Chris Manning, trying to drive. Number 4, Nolan Farady's dragged down. The ball comes loose, goes to number 6, Griffin Gazdia. Salvucci out to Cullen Burke. And now it's Milton with possession. Matty Paquette trying to wrestle it away from big Chase Palio. And it looks like he succeeded. And the Wildcats still with possession. Maxwell Mitchell takes it, hands it out there to Josh Riccardi. Riccardi driving. Riccardi. Mitchell out to Faraday. Faraday cuts back. Was that Balerna? Balerna. It looks like Van Tran over there trying to drive, and he's driven back. Mitchell out to Faraday. Faraday to Paquette. Paquette gets it out to Amari Marsman. Marsman trying to pitch it, gets on his feet, stiff arms. Oh, nice move. Faraday, Mitchell out to Josh Riccardi. Mitchell out to Van Tran. Van cuts in, slices up to the midfield. Nice cut back there. Oh, Balerna lifted up off the ground and spiked to the ground. So I think that's going to be a foul. And Milton now will have a chance to advance the ball here past midfield. A free kick here. And Owen Faraday drives it deep, and Milton now will get the chance to throw it in there past midfield. Prime scoring opportunity. This would be the red zone if we were in a football game. A red zone scoring opportunity. So the Wildcats now threatening. Nice crowd has turned out here for senior night. Would you agree, Sean?
I would agree.
Yeah, a nice crowd here on a Friday night. Yeah, a chilly evening. So the Wildcats here looking to get possession. I think we have a bit of a stoppage, 20-minute mark here. We're halfway through the first, and it looks like Maxwell Mitchell will be throwing it in. Throws it in, and it's possessed by Milton. And quickly, Mitchell out to Faraday. Faraday throws it. Oh, the ball was almost picked off there by number 13. I think that's a foul by Ben Lyons. And so now the Wildcats will get it again here. All right, Milton in control of a 7-0 lead here in the first half. Oh, nice cut. Maddie Paquette. Quick kick there, and it goes over to Cullen Burke. Burke gets wrangled down by Maddie Paquette. Griffin White wrangling down Burke. Again, looks like we're going to have another free. No. It was and they drive it out of bounds, and that ball will be spotted close to the 20-yard line. All right, inbounds there, and looks like Jordan Goddard Brown got possession there. Maxwell Mitchell out to Faraday. Faraday over to Maddie Paquette. Paquette out to Mari Marsman. Marsman driving. Once again, Maxwell Mitchell. It's Josh Riccardi. Riccardi driving towards midfield. The Wildcats. Faraday. Oh, he looked like he was going to kick it, but carried it up to about the 45. And Mitchell, fumbled by Tran. Tran loses possession of it. Milton here. We'll set up for another scrum. Hanover and Salvucci. Nate Salvucci will put it into play. The Wildcats on top 7-0 here, midway through the first half. And that scrum collapsed as Milton was driving. So we're going to have a reset. Van Tran, Jordan Goddard Brown, Josh Riccardi right at the point of attack for the Wildcats. All right, we're having some technical issues with the clock being addressed by our AED, Ryan Madden. And Salvucci getting ready to put it into play here for Hanover. Hanover gets it. And it looks like, that was handled there illegally or touched by someone who was not allowed to. All right, Salvucci for Hanover. Puts it into play. Milton driving. It gets cut around there. And it looks like, once again, someone kicked the ball back towards Hanover. So the official explaining to Hanover and Milton what he wants to see out of the scrum. Ball is just getting kicked around in there as Milton drives Hanover off the spot. All right, here it is. They're driving it back, and now this time it comes out and Milton will get possession here. Or another scrum here. Yeah, I'm just hearing this. Gabe Winkler reporting to Amari Marsman's parents that Amari has lost a contact, so he's playing half-sighted out there. All right, Wildcats. Amari catching it. Amari with the quick pitch out on the wing there. Owen Faraday. Hanover getting driven off the ball here by the Wildcats, and they're trying to get something going. And Seth Willoughby looks to be trying to drive. Oh, nope. Salvucci out to number 6, Griffin Gazdia. Gazdia driving across midfield into Milton territory. All right, Milton being driven back. And now Salvucci with a quick kick out to number 26. Number 26 still driving, still on his feet. Finally dragged down out of bounds, out of play. All right, we're 23 minutes in here. I think the clock issues have been resolved. All right. So once again, Hanover threatening. And we're going to have, it looks to be another scrum setup here. Milton's been very stout down in the owned end and backed up to the goal line. And Maxwell Mitchell puts it into play, gets it, and we're going to have a stoppage again. All right, Maxwell puts it into play, fishes it out and gets it out to Faraday. Faraday over to Matty Paquette. Matty gets it cut. He's still driving, spinning, moving. Unbelievable, Matty. Maxwell out to Van Tran. Van trying to get it to midfield. Oh, turns it over. So Tran lost it as he was being tackled. And he was lifted up off the ground and he was going to get spiked, and I think that's when they whistled to play dead. So perhaps more out of a safety concern than anything else here. So I think the official explaining to Nate Salvucci that that's not going to be allowed. So now Milton with the quick kick there. Faraday over to Matty Paquette. Matty Paquette to Amari. Cutting. Quick toss out to number 11, Colm Faraday. Faraday brought out of bounds, and they'll be throwing it in. AJ Morales will be bringing it in. And it goes all the way out to Nick Friel. Nick Friel gets it to midfield. He's tackled there by Faraday. Ball comes out. Balerna with the cutback across midfield for the Wildcats. And the Wildcats on the march again. Faraday out to Paquette. Paquette. Oh, Paquette keeps it. Oh, nice toss to Amari Marsman. Marsman cuts it inside. Close to another try. Tran with the try. Amari Marsman doing the damage on that one with a great take from Matty Paquette. And Van Tran with the try here at the 27.5-minute mark. Milton now going up 12-0. Van Tran, the senior. Oh, excuse me, sophomore. It's a sophomore hooker. So he has the try, and Ohm Faraday will go for the conversion to put Milton up 14-0. So that was an important score for the Wildcats, because after Amari Marsman scored for Milton at the 11-minute mark, Hanover answered and came roaring down the field and threatened, and Milton repelled several of their attempts for a try, drove them back off the goal, had a tremendous stand there, and then repelled them. And now going up here 12-0, and Faraday with the successful try makes it 14-0 Milton. So Faraday with two conversion attempts here. Amari Marsman with the first try for the Wildcats, and Van Tran with a nice punch in there for Milton to make it 14-0 with the try by Owen Faraday.
So that clock was down for 8 minutes.
They turned it over.
I have 36. I have 36 minutes. We're almost done with the half. Do they just?
I think they turned it from elapsed time to running time. So that's the running time now. So I think it's, but I mean, yeah, it could be. I think they're gonna, and really the official here is keeping the clock, and we'll find out more here shortly. Yeah, so right. So he may call it here. So yeah.
If that were the case, they'd have to wipe out every try and every movement, every pass, right?
Yeah.
This would be non-existent time on the minutes record. They're doing senior night proceedings. It's like midnight. That's asking too much.
Yeah.
Is this the half? Is this what they're calling it? Because they just blacked out the clock.
It's just we must be at the half. Yes. All right. So
At the half and
we are at the half. All right, we're back live here at second half action. Hanover threatening, driving deep into Milton territory. Number 5, Cullen Berg, driven back by Amari Marsman. Now the ball turned over. Jack McKenna with the ball, and McKenna driving it out of harm's way for the Wildcats. So the ball will go over there, and we shall have a scrum. So the Wildcats not quite out of harm's way here. Second half action, Milton on top, 14-0. Pair of first half tries by Amari Marsman and Van Tran, with Owen Faraday with the conversions on both, giving the Wildcats 14-0 halftime lead. And now the Wildcats trying to prevent Hanover from mounting a threat. And it looks like the Wildcats, Maxwell Smith out. Maxwell gets it out to Matty Paquette, and the ball came loose. McKenna, Maxwell Mitchell out to Jordan Goddard Brown. Oh, with a nice out to Griffin White. White across mid. Maxwell Mitchell out to Aiden Skillen. Skillen, oh, with a nice drive here towards the 40, and the Wildcats look like they lost possession there. And number 4, Nolan Faraday picking it up and running with it. And we're going to have a stoppage. And it looks like we're going to have a scrum here for possession. Once again, the Wildcats have been extremely effective in driving Hanover back in these scrums and trying to gain possession of the ball. So they've had a very strong push. Point of attack, Jordan Goddard Brown, Van Tran, Josh Riccardi, Aiden Skillen, Griffin White back there, and Salvucci for Hanover will put it into play. And here it is, the ball is stuck in that scrum, and Salvucci quick out to Jones. Azra Jones makes a quick cutback, and he's brought down. Nope, still on his feet. Unbelievable. Hanover trying to get on the board here in the second half, trying to answer. And they score. Hanover puts it through. 6:48 mark, almost 7 minutes of the second half. So Hanover say number 4, Nolan Faraday. Is that Nolan Faraday? Huh? Griffin Gazdia with the score on that. It's great second and third effort by that young man to score the try. And is that Nick Friel who's going to be attempting the conversion? Huh? Robbie Barrett. Robbie Barrett. Thank you. Robbie Barrett with the try, with the conversion attempt for Hanover, and that no good. Barrett just wide right, it looks to be wide left, I should say, on the conversion attempt. So Milton still on top, 14-5 with a 9-point lead here. 7:58 remaining. Or 7:58 into it. We're yeah, it was wide left, wide left. It's kind of hard to tell from our angle here, but they clearly signal no good. The official there.
I also usually go by crowd noises.
Yeah, it's hard for everyone to tell. But here we are now. The Wildcats kicking it away. Faraday with a deep drive. The ball stays in possession. Friel coming up with it, and he's wrangled down. Salvucci out to number 2, Morales. Morales dragged down. Wildcats trying to keep it in Hanover side of the field. Number 4 out to Azrat Jones. Jones driven back by Amari Marsman, and Van Tran quick on the tackle there. Again, once again driving Hanover back. Hanover losing ground here, and Salvucci kicking it away to try and create a bit of a buffer between the goal line and Milton. All right, we're about the 10-minute mark here in the second half of the senior night contest between the Milton Wildcats and the visiting Hanover Hawks. Milton on top right now, 14-5. I'm your play-by-play voice, Michael Vega, and it's into Jordan Goddard Brown, the senior captain. Gets it going there. Out to Matty Paquette. Paquette dragged down. Milton. Nope. You can't do that, I don't believe. Here we go. Now, Hanover driven back. Matty Paquette. Paquette driving. Gets it across the 15 yards away from a try. Maxwell Smith out to Chris Burns. Burns gets driven down. Out to Faraday. Faraday to Amari. Amari cuts back. Has some running room. All right. We have another foul against Hanover. They're driven back off the ball. So this is going to give the Wildcats a free run here. Let's see what they do. We're going to have a bit of a stoppage. I think we're going to have a penalty attempt. So penalty kick will be forthcoming from Owen Faraday. Faraday at 11.5 minute mark here in the second half, looking to extend the lead. So a 3-point try would make it 17-5. Faraday with a straight on kick from the 20-yard line. So it's roughly a 30-yard kick. And he drives it right through the pipes. Oh, Faraday. Unbelievable, making it 17-5 on that penalty kick. So Faraday, he's been absolutely solid here, handling all kicks for the Wildcats, putting them up 17-5 here with 12:13 remaining, or 12:13 elapsed, I should say, into the second half. So Milton will be getting it back. Nice drive. Jack McKenna with the reception and gets it out to about the 20. Van Tran. Van driving, still on his feet. Van still on his feet. They finally drag him down after he got out to about the 30. Josh Riccardi bullying his way across the 25. Quick out to Faraday. Faraday. Matt Paquette is quickly met. Oh, Matt with the nice out to Amari. Matty Paquette. Amari! They're not going to catch him. Amari all the way. Amari with the tie. Unbelievable. What a great pass from Matty Paquette. Great assist there. Matty Paquette making the second or third effort to get free, and then just pitches it out to Amari Marsman, who went all the way, jetted down the sideline here for the try. Unbelievable. 13-28 here in the second half, and Milton adding to their score. Amari, his second try of the game. And Owen Faraday getting ready to tack on the conversion here. Unbelievable run. A run of about 70 yards for Amari on that. And another conversion for Faraday, who now by himself has, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 9 points. Owen Faraday, 9 points. 3 conversions and a penalty kick. Now that puts up Milton 24-5. So Milton stretching its lead here in the second after Griffin Gazdia scored for Hanover, and Robbie Barrett missing the conversion wide left, pulling Hanover within 9, 14-5, but Milton answering with a penalty kick by Faraday, and then Amari Mars with a 70-yard run. And here it is, Griffin White across midfield to close to the 35, broaching midfield, and we're going to have a stoppage. Tran picks up the quick. Tran across midfield. Tran hands it off to Matty Paquette. Paquette dodges left and right. Maxwell to Balerna. And we're going to have a stoppage. Oh, Salvucci with a quick out to Jones. Jones scooting up the sideline, still on his feet. Finally brought down. Hanover threatening, trailing by 19 here with 16 minutes in. The Wildcats. Friel trying to squirt free, and he doesn't. He gets tackled by Matty Paquette. Paquette now, Salvucci out to number 6, Gazdia. Gazdia, who scored on the Hanover's first try, or only try, I should say. So now Milton getting driven off the line, and Salvucci with the try. Salvucci picking it up and just drilling it in there. So unbelievable action here in the second half between Hanover and Milton. And Nate Salvucci with the try there from about 10 yards out. And now Robbie Barrett will attempt the conversion. And that is good. So Barrett with the conversion now. A 19-point lead has been cut to 12. With that 7 points by Hanover. So we're at the 18-minute mark. 22 minutes remaining here and counting. And the Wildcats putting it into play there. And Griffin White drives the Hanover player out of bounds there. Great play by Griffin White. Coach Joe Dolan was saying he really grew this season. Now he's looks to be an integral part of this team there. And it's thrown in there to Smith. Smith, Faraday over to Matty Paquette. Paquette back to Faraday. Faraday cutting it across. Unbelievable. Showing some savvy and wiliness there. Maxwell out to Jordan Goddard Brown, who brings it across to the 20. The senior captain, Chris Burns, now driving, and is driven back. Quick out to Faraday. Faraday out to Matty Paquette. Paquette slips the defenders. Paquette with the try. And Milton scores. What a quick answer for the Wildcats. Unbelievable. The action has been unrelenting here in the second half with Milton answering Hanover's try by Nate Salvucci. Matty Paquette with a run of about 20 yards on that. He slipped the defense, the picket line of defenders, and just had a free line to the goal line and struck pay dirt there with that try. So great score by Matty Paquette, one of the senior captains here on that try, and Owen Faraday will be tacking on the conversion. He'll be coming at it now from the left side of the hash. Faraday, he's been sure-footed for the Milton Wildcats. That's for certain. Puts it up and, oh, he looks like he just missed it. Just got underneath, so that did not go. But Milton now extending its lead 29-12 here with 19 minutes in. We're at the halfway now, halfway through the second half. And Hanover now will be kicking it back to Milton. Milton now with a chance to tack on even more here. Maxwell Mitchell with the reception. Now he gets it. Kind of hard to say who was underneath that scrum. Maxwell gets it out there to Chris Burns. Burns driving. Owen Faraday with a great kick downfield. Unbelievable. Nice tackle. Oh! Amari with the touchdown. He's going to go for the try, and he does it. Great downfield hustle. Number 14, Tommy McKettrick for the Wildcats, making an open heel tackle. Crowd recognizing him as they rightfully so. What a great hustle by that young man to create that turnover. Makes a great open field tackle on the Hanover player, and Amari Marsman, the man on the spot, coming up with the turnover. And Amari with his third try of the game here. And we have a down player. It looks like a cramp. Someone's cramping up down there. But Owen Faraday will be attempting now. Amari with 3 tries here for the Wildcats. And Owen misses that wide to the right. So Owen Faraday missing his last 2 conversion attempts. Not to worry. Amari Marsman with that puts up the Wildcats by 22 points here. 34-12 with 23 minutes in. Aiden Skillen coming up with it. Oh, number 12, Robbie Barrett coming up for the ball. Salvucci trying to drive here. Hanover down by 22. Burke picking it up, hopping over the pile. Morales handing it to Salvucci. Salvucci, quick out to Nick Friel. Trying to drive, still on his feet, inside the 10, close 5 yards out. Oh, big hit there by Jordan Goddard Brown. And it's turned over. Van Tran hands it off to Josh Riccardi. Riccardi driving. Brought down. Out to Griffin White. Griffin White maintains possession. And we had a little bit premature play there. The ball hadn't been settled. So Amari Marr's been having himself quite a day here on senior night. The senior center working alongside Maddie Paquette, creating a couple of great tries, and here it is. All right, Salvucci will put it into play here for the Hawks. And it comes out, Salvucci, quick out to Friel. Friel driven down. Salvucci out inside, the big number 27. We're at the 25-minute mark. All right, we're at 26 minutes. We're in the 26th minute, and it looks like we're going to have a, it's kind of tough to tell. But Milton has come up with the ball here, leading 34-12. They're at their own goal, and Owen Faraday drives it to midfield. Midfield, we're 15. Preston Miller on his feet, and he's dragged down. Salvucci again puts it on the floor for Morales. Morales wrangled down. Gazdia driving. Hanover trying to strike quickly. Willoughby out to number 12. Barrett running all the way around to the right side, and he's dragged down. Amari Marsman there to make the stop. 28 driving. 2, 3 players bringing him back down. And Milton with possession, it looks like. And it's out to Milton. Faraday. It's Owen. Oh, right through the legs of Jordan Goddard Brown. So we're going to have I think a scrum here. Yep. And Josh Riccardi coming out. Well-deserved rest for that young man. Into the game, Anderson Perez-Rees there. He's quick out to Azrat Jones on the right side, and he gets driven out. And we're going to have a throw-in. Coming up on the 28-minute mark. We're in the 28th minute. Milton with possession now. Comes out to Faraday. Faraday quick out to Maddie Paquette. Paquette spins. Oh, it's McKettrick. McKettrick gets it out. McKenna driven deep, and number 15. Whoa, Perez-Rees wrangles him down. Number 13, that's Ben Lines, driven down there by Aiden Skillen. Skillen with a great open field tackle there. Number 20 trying to drive, stood up there right at the 20. Now they're coming along, AJ Morales. And it looks like Friel with the touch. It looks like he ran out. Are they saying that he ran out at the back end before he came in? Friel ran all the way back to the end of the end zone before touching it. And so Friel with the score for Hanover. Wow, 29-minute. We're at the 30-minute mark. And they have come on the board again, Hanover. And that's Nick Friel with the score, or the try, I should say. And Barrett will go for the conversion here for 2. So Hanover trailing here, 34-17 now, trying to close the gap to 15. And Friel looks like he did it. So Friel with the try and Barrett with the conversion. That makes it 34-19 now. Milton Wildcats on top. And we're inside the 30-minute with 10 minutes remaining here. And Wildcats making some changes. Some of the seniors coming out. Maddie Paquette, number 12, with a big score there. Well-deserved rest. Amari Marsman walking to the bench here. Another one had a tremendous game here. 3 tries for that young man, a 70-yard run highlighted to make it 24-5 Milton. Unbelievable answers there for the Wildcats. So Coach Joe Dolan going to his subs here and substituting freely now, bringing some of the seniors out. We've had a tremendous game. We're inside the 9 now with the Wildcats on top by 15. And the Wildcats driving. Azrat Jones for Hanover. Whoa, cutting across midfield quickly. Hanover driving. Salvucci out to big number 27, dragged down by Anderson Pettis-Rees. Again, quick out. Barrett to Lines, quick cut upfield, dragged down there by Tommy McKettrick. Nick Friel squirts his way past 2 runners. He squirts free. Friel with the touch. So Friel here, cutting it to 10 now. With back-to-back tries by Friel, so Hanover now making it a little bit uncomfortable for Milton. We're at the 32-45 mark. That's inside the 33rd minute. And Friel with the try. And Barrett will try to cut it to 9 here. And he does it. So Barrett with a conversion now. Hanover now scoring on that to pull within 9, 34-25. So the Wildcats want to try and lock this down here. This should be 24-26, I should say, yep. 34-28. Turnover there, and it looks like Milton had it. All right, 6 minutes remaining here. Maxwell Mitchell, number 17. Oh, nice drive there. Jordan Goddard Brown with the touch for the Wildcats. Fitting for the senior with 5 minutes remaining in this game. Jordan Goddard Brown. Answering the senior with a try here. First of the game now to make it 39-26. And Faraday, Owen Faraday with the conversion attempt. He missed the last two, but this one's going to come on straight on. And that's good. No doubter. So Owen Faraday makes it 41-26. So after back-to-back tries by Nick Friel, that should do it for the Wildcats. And that'll be it. Wildcats with the 41-26 victory here, it looks to be. Well, that'll do it for Coach Joe Dolan and his Milton Wildcats, prevailing here on senior night by the score of 41-26 over the visiting Hanover Hawks. I'm Michael Vega, thanking you for joining me and Sean Doyle here for Milton Access presentation of Milton High School Rugby. We thank you very much and we look forward to seeing you next time. All righty, take care everybody.